Once again, I'm out here.
Back doing this again.
I know I've said many
Times what the story was that
times I'm a veteran of the U.S. military, earned a master's degree from an accredited college, had a bunch of qualifications, and I'm out here like this.
part of the story I've said it, told it before. It wasn't always like this. I lived in my parents' home.
Before they passed away, after they passed away,
There was
was an inheritance. It was mismanaged. There were bad decisions, and
I had to deal with it. I already said life in Miami is expensive.
2,100 a month for rent. Sometimes people can't even afford 1,800, but then they get a car, 500 more a month, then 300 for insurance, or 200. It's still, it could be up to just 600 just for your car. Not easy to live in a place like this. Then you look at some of the content. I know you see prostitutes. You saw me in a church. I always said I
Pray the prayer of Jabez.
and that church, I don't always agree with everything they teach, but I wanted to go
Somewhere on Sunday morning.
church service. Do you believe in God or Jesus, or are you Buddhist,
Muslim
atheist, agnostic? It really won't matter out here
on
on
the streets because
the people are hustling. I said it before, panhandling, the prostitution, the dope, that's a reality out here.
you want to do it the honest way. I already said
Have a heavy equipment operator's license,
maybe
also security guard license, teaching certificate, substitute teach, or do something else. And then I talked about the food bank.
how a
A bunch of people over there, you get free food, you save your money, you save, and you do
need to do that. Saving
money is
one of the paramount things to do out here on the street. But then I told you a bunch of people go there and don't really want to work. And then I talked about waking up early. And that brings me back to other people who are doing this. I saw a couple of YouTube videos about the day in the life of a homeless person and someone else who is a homeless YouTuber.
but I saw a marked difference.
There was one guy who would live in a tent, get up at 8 o'clock in the morning, and then he would go right to somewhere where he could find breakfast. Then he would,
Go somewhere where they have lunch.
it was just so many different things.
But I noticed the difference between another YouTuber from Houston. He was getting up at 2:30 in the morning. He had the discipline, the drive, and that's
Necessary out here.
as much as I hate to say it. If you don't get up early,
You get trapped out here.
sleeping too much will keep you broke and keep you on the streets. So I get up at 4:30.
30. I didn't show much of my workout, but I do go to the gym. And I did work out this morning after being up at 4:30.
You see a lot of the
What I call the black content. It's dark. That's the only way. The only way.
way off the streets. You've got to play the game like it's Tom Clancy
Ghost Recon. And you're
in a combat zone.
and fighting. War zone on the streets. But
It is to the early riser. Don't have those
bad
bad
habits that some people pick up at the shelter
which is getting up late and not really planning.
in the day.
It just may be necessary to get up at 5 in the morning
Simply
simply because it's the fastest way,
to get off the streets and
the fastest way,
not to get sucked in by this
because there is panhandling and
hustling going on. And a lot of people, yes, I appreciate those free meals.
they allow me to save money.
Money, but some people just don't want to do anything.
and you're caught up
in a cycle of just, I won't do nothing, wait for someone to
give me something to eat. And it seems the social services or the people involved in helping the poor
don't seem to want to get you independent.
independent and self-sufficient. So, once again, wake up early, discipline, develop your own philosophy, and that's the fight.